Are you sleeping right now?
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
I do. Hello there everyone, I am Big Bear. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Now, I want to have a wee chat with the chef about the borscht, because that's on my to-do list.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook.
Good, and we have other things to do. I'm going to go north today as well, just on the map, to find out what's up that way, and then I suppose I better start looking at some of the tasks and things that we need to do as well. But let's have a wee chat with the chef.
As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please, it's not funny.
I'm so tempted to say, Garancy, I have some questions for you. Mr. Kubek, hello sir, got time for some questions. Let's be polite and be in the nice cop.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
Leo said you're friends with Manana, that's true. What is in the borscht you're making? Point to the large pot. Yes, please.
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question.
Well, figure it out then.
He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Nod, shake your head. Mercury rising, run your fingers through your hair. Sorry, I don't understand. I want to keep it simple. I'm tempted to take the piss or just say yes or no, but I really do want to know what's in the borscht because something funny's going on here.
Just one word. Sounds quizzical. Then he awaits your answer with his brow arched.
Okay, Mercury rising.
Borscht need more vodka?
Vodka in borscht.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Nice.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
Yes, Snowden, turn your fingers clockwise. Turn the vodka up. No vodka. Turn your fingers counterclockwise. Cut it. I'll leave the cooking to you. I have business. No vodka.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
Leo said you were friends.
The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
You got some impressive pots here.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
God, okay, we're communicating like monkeys now.
It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I don't think I need anything else. An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. Okay, that makes sense then. So it was vodka that he puts in. The dishes are drying the smell of chemicals and pine trees. Biscuits. I'm assuming it's a biscuit tin. Oh. And we have it to storage, I'm guessing.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue.
Touch the door, try to push on the door. I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Well, now I really want to know where it leads.
The winch. Outside. In the backyard. Remember? No. Your fingers do.
There was a winch outside on the roof like that of a small elevator. I don't remember that. If you remember that, comment. That doesn't ring a bell. It's part of the Whirling in Rags. There's something about this place that makes me want to know. Out of duty, we may find something pertinent to the investigation. You're right, it's not important. Let's go. There was a winch.
Well, if there was a winch, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation.
Yes, a mini side investigation. No, the door is a mega investigation. The door and the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation. Yes, it's let's go. This is a mega investigation.
Hardly. Anyway, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Yep, touch the door.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe.
Try to push on the door.
The door does not budge.
Okay, let's talk to Garth then. Oh God, I'm still carrying a bag of bottles around, for Christ's sake.
Can I help you?
Garth, I saw another thing.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen. Mysterious!
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it?
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there. Let him get to pretend he's indifferent. No, I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage.
What, you mean you've never been back there yourself?
So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
Okay, no, I don't need to speak to you anymore. Right, give me a few minutes. What we will do is we will get to the area which leads north. Actually, you know what? Let's have a quick look and see if there's anything else to do. Who put the clothes in the trash? Who else has unauthorized access to the Whirling's trash? Find the person and you'll know who tampered with the scene. It may take a while. Should I not phone the lassie that used to work here and ask that question? Because that is who I spoke to via the radio in the car. Close the water lockway on Wednesday. I'll need to remember and do that. Find out who is in the union box. That's not available until a certain point. Those Fallon track pants looked enticing, but you and Kuno were not close yet. You need to figure out what's going on with him, and then you can get your hands on some performance gear. Yeah, okay, I've not got enough money for those. Ask Gardner about the gardening in March. Explore the Whirling's secret passages. Oh, now we know it's a secret passage behind there. That's not cool. I guess. Does this actually show us where the... Oh, yeah, there are. Mirror. What was mirror again? Is it saying formidable? Is that speaking to Gart? I guess. Anyway, what else have I got? So we've got Lonesome Long Way Home going at 21%, and then I do want to do finger pistols because that's only going to take an hour, and I've already got rigorous self-critique in play as well. Okay, right, give me a wee minute. Let's go and speak to the gardener.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
What have you been doing in the greenhouse in March?
Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me.
So you were indeed just doing gardening then?
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow.
The grandma is a bit too much. What nutrients? Visual calculate. 72%. So I don't know if you can see that properly. Okay, yeah, I should get that. Squint your eyes and look at her intently.
Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see?
The traffic jam, the plaza, and entrance to the yard.
That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbour gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you.
Are you by any chance keeping an eye on us?
No, of course not. I don't understand what this is about.
Oh, she looks towards the yard and her expression clears.
The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without or kipped. He's always giving me trouble.
I was talking to him, yes.
Maybe you shouldn't be. I mean, you do your job, but that kid is beyond help. And he certainly won't help you.
She shakes her head.
You've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you?
Oh, it's because of that wee prick that she's sitting
Yes.
here.
I'm tired.
I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the locals want to keep an eye on us.
There's silence, the smallest of smiles.
Oh, so she was actually keeping tabs on us.
That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do. I think we're done here. Let's go.
I have to run. Okay, let's have a wee look at my items, because I've now got 2 skill points I can utilise. And I've already been putting them quite heavily into... I'm just waiting for the right time. I mean, what difference would it make? And what do I need to get the body down, though? That's the question. Let's have a quick look. I just want to double check. Because if it means we could continue with the investigation...
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
Okay, endurance. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea. Oh my god, my endurance is like so low. Bonus from items, and then what if I leveled up twice? Is that going to make a difference? I suppose that would technically take me to 3. I'm not going to do it right now, but I know for a fact it is an option. Did I have anything else to do with the mud?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
I could do a visual calculus as well, but what am I on for that? Jesus, there's a lot of stuff. Visual calculus. Did I actually fail that with 4? Or is it because did I screw up and leave something on that was reducing my visual calculus? I can't remember. Anyway, I might come back to that as well because I can put a point into it to retry the white check. Right, okay, give me a wee minute. We'll get north and see where we're going. Right, where were we again? So I'm just checking the bins before we go up here. God, it's cold. Or is this going to be blocked off? Looks like it. Oh no, maybe not. Can we... More bottles! I just feel like more like a hobo, really. A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifference to your approach. I don't know what's going on. Right, are we going straight ahead or are we going right here? Ooh. What?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
And? Why am I looking at this wall? 3%. Well, maybe I'll come back to that, but I've not got enough in conceptualization. Don't know what's happening with the... Oh, cool. Got magnesium. What have I got? 4 for morale, which I can use, and 2 for healing, which is pretty good. So can't... Oh! Hey, it's the other individual.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
These kids need therapy.
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
Okay, no, why would you... Oh my god, is this conversation with this individual going to be even worse than with Kuno? No, why would you even say that? Are you sleeping right now? I'm sorry for sneaking up on you. Are you sleeping right now?
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
I do. Oh, birdhouse. Is that it?
Trying to sneak up on me again. Trying to snuff me out. Get away, pig.
Oh well, okay, not much to do there. Garden hose, this won't be of use until the snow melts. Well, you never know, it might do. Ooh.
There must be another way into the building.
It's been a week and now they show up?
Oh, I need to speak to you.
see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Oh, so everybody in the area knows that we're the police anyway, so that makes sense.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on the frame. Why are you whispering? It sounds like you're already in trouble. No trouble for me, I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Oh, come on, man, give us something.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks, adjusting his shirt. Yes, it is.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
Just in case people are watching him talking to the cops as well.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
So I'm not going to bother with your name at the moment. Looks like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
No. No.
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did you? Look at Kim.
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
Nope, no clue.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Snow blankets, the old patio chairs and dead house plants, and all the neighbouring windows are black.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighbouring windowsills.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well. Every sound captured is reflected back. All right, we'll talk later.
No. We won't.
He takes one last drag of a cigarette before stubbing it out on the snowy balcony with a dying hiss.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Oh, suggestions 10. It cannot be retried. Oh, God.
Good luck with the investigation.
Is there anything... Oh, no, wait a minute. Is he going to go back inside? Have I messed up there? No! Oh, I've screwed up. I should have done the red check. Oh.
He's gone.
We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up? Or you're right, he probably didn't have anything important to say anyway. No, so we just
He
give
could
up?
be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case.
Yes, we do.
There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Once we've found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'll get a chance to retry that check, I guess. Right. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Oh, what was that?
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it.
There's not going to be anything under it.
There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
I didn't actually... Are you kidding
This
me?
must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments.
How are we going to find the right
We'll
one?
just have to go in and see.
Put the stone back. Okay, well at least we have a key to open the door. Hang on a minute, what else is kicking about while we're here? That is so fluky. I'm going to go... Another splattering of bullet holes in the wall. I'm going to go further up and just follow the path before we go into the building here. That's good though, that's a lead. It seems like either him or his friend may have something to Something to orange bum hat. 1 plus reaction speed minus rhetoric. That's handy. Hey, and something else that'll boost up health. I do feel like maybe should there not be more instances? Oh no. Sorry, ignore that. That's where you come up because I found my jacket hanging up there. Those barrels are half full of rainwater. What is this? Somebody else's house.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
What? This must be it. Carefully knock. Press your ear against the door. Use Manannan's key to unlock. Oh, this is the This is open the apartment door for Everard. So what was it you wanted again? Everard asked you to open the basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard to intimidate the occupant. Do what you have to do. Everard has promised to give you info on the case in return. Oh, good. Okay, you have the key. The door is behind the greenhouse. So I'm not supposed to go in, though, if I remember correctly. Just leave it unlocked.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt.
Oh, sugar, maybe I should have checked to see if somebody was in the apartment first. That was stupid.
Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. The sound of the key turning still echoes in the yard. Hopefully no one heard. There's nothing else to do than to leave and tell Everard. No conceivable reason for you to intrude on the premises.
Oh. I really, really want to just go in and be completely nosy, though. But there is no reason for me to go in. Again, this feels like one of these instances where something's going to happen. Or no, actually, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm making that decision. I might come back and do it, but for now, I'm just going to go back to Everard and get some more information on the case. I'm going to keep following the path up north and see where that leads to, and take it from there. The reason for that is because I get the funny feeling that the moment you go in there, there'll be an instance where somebody comes back, it's going to get Everard into shit, and then it's going to make my life more difficult. That's my thoughts on the matter. No, not going to do it. Okay, moving on. Right, let's see what else there is. The bill of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Roundabout north, what does that mean? Oh, there was a sign. Capeside Apartments. Oh, there's another bin. Love raking in a bin.
Hey, up here, piggo.
Oh, for God, why does everybody keep calling me a goddamn pig?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
What?
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
We just want to know your name, little lady. No need to get defensive. Don't use that tone with me. I am the law. Let's start with your blood type and go from there. Oh, Hep, yeah. When were you last tested? Oh, Jesus. We just want to know your name, little lady. No need to get defensive.
And here I was, trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
Hey! You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
Oh, there's a person on a boat.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Okay.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershaw. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Kim is actually telling me to get a bit wacky with my questions. Okay.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to us on.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
Okay, so you don't know what you're going to write? Why are you so committed to defacing the building? I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to have to stop you. This is hooliganism. Actually, I don't have an opinion. I love public art.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
Yeah, it'll be like F the pigs or something, won't it?
She means the opposite.
Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Yeah, well, Cindy the Skull's right enough. Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
I'm well aware of that. Right, what else have we got? Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disable it. Oh? Hello? What is... It's just another bloody apartment building. Okay, hang on a wee minute. Let's go and speak to the lassie before we start faffing around in here. Where do we... Oh. What's happening over here? Looks like there was more construction here once, decades ago. Oh, brilliant. Okay, we're kicking ass with magnesium and healing items. Docks reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislaine 33A. Your room in the whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in all your life. Hello, lady.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Joyce L, what does the L stand for? RCM, what is that? I'm a little foggy here. What gave us away? Shake her hand. Shake her
I'm
hand.
glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
Yeah.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
Oh, so she like the union negotiator then?
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Alright, Kim. Tone it down a little bit.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic. It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
Oh. Okay, so he's playing the game a wee bit.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
I just love the word. You're on a boat. It's like, okay, well, let's proceed to the interview. You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago? Look around. If that's not quirky, I don't know what is.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Like I thought we were in Revachol.
We are. and the city of Revachol is on the island of Lakayu.
Still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
Alright, we'll back off now, I think.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Yes, I do. Why?
Why what? Stop thinking. Take her down.
I'll come off like I'm envious, and I'm not. Why am I even thinking about this? I have police work to do.
Have it your way.
Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Okay, but what kind of boat is it? How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
You told me to be quirky, Kim, so calm your beans. Do you have a license for the boat? I think I'll handle it from
Good.
here. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
Okay. So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
Fair enough.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
Okay, who are the other ones? You're in good company, it seems. How much money does Wild Pines have? You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
She does not register the real meaning of the remark. How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments. A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Where does Wild Pines get all these
They
billions?
started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Easterlers 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
I was going to ask, it's probably helpful to start out with a royal monopoly, but at the same time, what does such a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
Oh, Jesus, that is quite the endeavour. You don't keep it moving, the workers do. The company is nothing without them. You see, this is my kind of mentality.
We built this district.
She says calmly. Nah, you see, that's the thing. Without the workers, without the people and looking after them, you would have nothing.
There it is. She owns up to it.
All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions. The plazas, Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP.
She points behind you where the seawall rises.
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees. A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm
Yep.
here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
With your help, hopefully, says her
Okay.
warm tone.
What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Wait, what if I don't want to hear the trade secrets? That's a good question.
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
An octopus, I will slay it. How do I repel it then? I wouldn't want to disturb that octopus, better let it be. How do I repel it then?
Why? By
Repeal
throwing
it,
off
brother.
half a century of foreign domination under the Coalition. Unfortunately for you, the Coalition also leases you the right to police West Revachol.
Ah,
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
yep.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What's your role in this?
I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
Okay.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Ah, next topic of conversation.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-metre 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Tell us more about this behemoth.
What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organisation now.
Can't... Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out who it is in due course. So the strike is connected to the lynching.
Yes, I believe there is a connection. But that's a subject for later.
Okay. How were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous, even. It's meant.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Okay then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
I like it. I don't know what to think about that. Over-aggressive commie posturing. Seems like they have no idea about business. Yeah, with comments like that, that would make sense.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
Yeah, most of them probably don't know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
That's just ridiculous.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
That's pretty funny. I have to admit, the workers can't be kings. The king is king. The king is dead. Long live the workers. I just want to ask, what are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
They can't surely mean they actually want every single employee to become a member of the board of the company.
And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Couldn't agree more.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Yeah, fair enough. The scabs at the gate, did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
Let's call them strikebreakers. You put them there, right?
If these strikebreakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
Oh, okay, so we're getting somewhere with secrets.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Okay, what do you think of Everard?
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Yeah.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
You sound like you're about to take a rapier to him. That's Everard, all right. He's not that bad. Yeah, that's Everard, all right.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
He has a twin? Wait, there are two of him?
Yes. Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Oh, that's clever.
It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself outside the Brothers Clear? Let's take this back to the strike. What about the union itself?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
An effective advocate for the rights of the local working men, a giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol, basically a socialist mob. I prefer not to have an opinion on these things. An effective advocate for the rights of local working men. I mean, it's kind of difficult, isn't it? Because we don't really understand the ins and outs. I'm not going to call them a socialist mob. Maybe I should remain impartial because I'm a police officer.
Of course, officer.
There you go. One more thing, you said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Oh.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Eh?
This forewoman, her name?
Yeah, the name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence. Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name. And I don't have access to the union's files.
Eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Okay, that's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course.
Okay.
How else can I help?
Lynching. What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
Uh-oh. She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Secret task complete. Interview the Wild Pines rep.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
She returns the lieutenant's badge and turns to you. Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see.
She...
So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why the hell did Kim go and say that in the first place? It is possible after a night of heavy drinking I lost all memory of my life in the world. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything, this world, this city, nothing. I suppose we better just be honest.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond.
Well, neither do I.
I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Thank you.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Yeah, Kim's sticking up for me, though. That's nice.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Sympathy for your amnesia. So what is this? This is under suggestion. No, find something. Let's talk about something else until I do.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear. The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
Yeah, I agree with that. By the way, I've talked
You
to
have?
Everett.
And how did you like Mr. Clare?
I didn't. He's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. Everett Clare is a hero of the workers' movement. No, that's not the case. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. I can do business with him for a socialist. He's reasonable. He is not the champion I've chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of the capital. It's not important if I liked him. I was doing my job. I didn't, quite frankly.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually...
She answers her own question.
Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take?
I like Joyce.
It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Oh, Christ. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. I helped him turn up the heat on the borscht. I'd rather talk about something else. He's helping me find my gun.
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
Why do our eyes go round? That's what I want to know.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling.
Uh-oh.
He's able to contain the anger and surprise.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
No, Mr. Everett says it's almost ready to be found soon. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. No.
Well, maybe he's not as helpful as you thought then. Is there anything else?
I helped him turn up the heat on the borscht.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making?
Makes it to help the strikers drunk. Helps them strike. Well, yeah, I might as well tell her that.
The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it?
No, you misunderstand. I turned the knob like this. Turn the knob.
Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew down. For the sake of our professional relationship.
That's what happened, Joyce.
And because I don't like the idea of them any more drunk than they already are. What else?
I'd rather talk about something else.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Oh, suddenly now my conscience is kicking in and stopping me saying stuff. What? Why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander.
What?
Squint your eyes, bub.
What lustrous hair.
A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave, late 40s style, positively statuesque. While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible. Within reason.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you. You misery-clad simian. Barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
Ashamed. What is this feeling? I've never felt it before. I'm a goddamn working man. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough, as I should be for even considering it. This is a woman and I'm a man. Yes, I should make my own goddamn money by now, yeah.
Maybe you could ask her for some stock tips. That's a maybe. Or a job. But you're sure as hell too ashamed to ask for cash, buddy.
Oh, fair enough.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
And I'm not going to push my luck there.
Detective. Take care.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
You must be mistaken, I'm a real radical. That's me, Mr. Responsible. Someone's got to keep it sane around here. This is because I keep saying things, none of the above to the political stuff, isn't it? That's me, Mr. Reasonable.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
The Kingdom of Conscience? Okay, first, where is the Kingdom of Conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
How do you bring about these circumstances? That's an honourable goal. Nod your head approvingly.
It is, isn't it? History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly.
This is very, very true.
That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
Okay, but what's the Kingdom of Conscience actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe. Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Okay, sounds incredible. Alonzi, let's go there right now.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Oh, right. Let's get there eventually.
That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
Wow, okay, so what did we got? The Kingdom of Conscience. Temperate, so 2 minus half-light, calm water research, 1 hour 25 minutes. Heartache is a powerful, but democracy is subtle. Incrementally, you begin to notice a change in the weather. When it snows, the flakes are softer when they stick to your worry-worn forehead. When it rains, the rain is warmer. Democracy is coming to the administrative region. The ideals of DeLorean humanism are reinstating themselves. How can they not? These are the ideals of the Coalition and the Moralist International. Those guys are signal blue. And they're not only good, they're also powerful. But will it be like once their nuanced plans... Will it be like, rather... Once the nuanced plans have been realised? Crikey, I do like that. 46% for Long Way Home. I've got finger pistols that I want to do, and then Kingdom of Consciousness. What was the magnesium-based life form? 1 hour 15 minutes. I should be able to get quite a few of these out of the way quite sharply. I've just realised I also need to spend points to unlock these additional ones. So at least I've got one left for now, which is alright. And what else did we have? Was there anything? I know there was a couple of options to sort of sway her into giving me additional information, but there's not much I'm going to do about it now. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to leave this episode here. We've got a few things that we need to do, and then... Yeah, she's got information, but I need to find my goddamn badge. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to Everard in the next episode and speak to him just to see if he's made any progress on my gun, I guess. I'll still need to figure out the badge. And now that I've unlocked that door, maybe he's going to give me some more information on the lynching to lead me in the right direction as well. But anyway, I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, please hit the like and subscribe button. This is Big Bear signing off. But there will be another video. See ya!